today. From CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Seattle Seahawks taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
There are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Now it's Jackson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Second and a yard at the 42.
He'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 65 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Jamal Adams.
Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Come on, dog!
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll bring up second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Again, Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
20-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
He's forced out of bounds.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense is right there, kind of played into their hands. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip.
3. Seahawks, nothing.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
To throw again. Wilson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
On third down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll run with Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz.
Wilson.
And he gets it down to the 32. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. To throw on 3rd down. Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former Husky Marcus Peters. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yes.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
A fumble on the play.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Complete to J.K. Dobbins.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
The 9-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup, and the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. And the Ravens are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
6 yards.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Justin Tucker for the extra point.
For the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Well, that holding holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Wilson to throw on third down. The passing game not in sync here early. And fourth down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were winners last week against Cincinnati, and right now they are in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, Jackson, quick slant to Brown. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he will have a Ravens first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Jackson on first down. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
First down, Baltimore.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Ravens.
Operating from the gun, Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
That's complete right around the 8. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Yeah, we dominate today.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Brought down back at the 14.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball in design.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense back out there. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Zach Ertz. His second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now the extra point. And it's 17-7. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
That's the reason we go for the circle right twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Flush to his right. Past the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards. Well, another fine run right there from Lamar Jackson and CD. That one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise? With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in a season as the top running backs in the league.
We'll start by heading out west. State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front as that game draws closer to halftime. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown reception. From there, we head east to Minnesota to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Devin Funchess, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. A field goal was the difference. 27-24, the final. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. The throw taken in by Sims. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll run again with Hunt. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and
out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Point after here coming up. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
They're on 26-yard line.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
36-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
Now Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there. 1st down.
Ravens.
On the option, Jackson will keep it. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
He was tackled.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Shaquille Griffin. Russell Wilson sacked.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble.
He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. It was Alton Robinson that time on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown as the Ravens push further out in front. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And he knocks it through. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that 1st touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Jackson going to look to do it himself.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 36-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Offense.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tried to get it that time to James Crochet.
And now it's second down.
Brings up 2nd down and 15 yards.
Operating from the gun, Jackson.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They'll run the option left. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Seahawks.
Now a carry for Dobbins.
A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
3rd down.
This is caught. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot.
So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a field goal, elect to go for the touchdown. I still don't know what they were doing.
As great as this game was and as dramatic an ending as we had, the post-game press conference is going to be key because they're going to be asking Coach, why not a field goal attempt there? You got an opportunity to win it right there with your guy, and instead you run another play.
Yeah, we might need to stop by that press conference on our way out the back door here.
Yeah, just slow down the plane for us, all right? We got to get an answer before we go.
So for the Seahawks, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.